May is Skin Cancer Awareness Month, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about a few different tips and tricks with sunscreen and some other reasons why it's so important to consider making sunscreen a daily habit. During Skin Cancer Awareness Month, this is a great time to do skin checks at the dermatologist or at least set those appointments. And in many places all over the US, there are free skin checks available this month. And I'll put a link to that down below. It's helpful to also do your own skin checks, and I highly recommend having a magnifying mirror. And I urge you, anytime you see a spot that just looks suspicious, or maybe a place that looks like a spot that isn't healing, could be a little flaky patch of skin or a suspicious mole, anything you hadn't noticed before, just to go get it checked out. Sunscreen is really such a key to protecting from skin damage that causes skin cancer in the first place, but of course many of us have damage already done from when we were kids or teenagers, and that may come up one day, but sunscreen now is still critical in protecting us from more damage and the very, very aging damage of UVA rays from the sun. This picture you may have seen, this is a truck driver, and it's clear that the driver's side of the face has aged way more than the other and really makes a strong case for using sunscreen. This subject is very personal to me. I've had multiple skin cancers and it is just not fun. And of course, I'm also concerned about protecting my skin from further sun damage. So sunscreen is an everyday thing for me, and hopefully it is for you too. And if not, I hope you'll consider starting the daily habit. Not only because of skin cancer and aging, but things like redness from even mild rosacea, dark circles, melasma, these are all exacerbated in the sun. And I'm not talking about days at the pool or at the beach. This can be just on a quick trip to the grocery store, riding in your car for 10 minutes, or even sitting inside near a window with sun coming in. 50% of UVA rays come in through glass. And if you're also treating your skin with AHAs and retinol, this is going to make you even more sensitive to sun exposure. There are all kinds of new sunscreens out there, and some that also can contain protection against modern technology like blue light that we're in front of for most of the days and nights. And the formulations are so much nicer than they used to be. So there are really a ton of options, which in and of itself can be overwhelming. So first things first, invest in a good sunscreen to start with. If you're first starting with sunscreen as part of your everyday routine, I actually suggest getting something nice and tried and true, like Elta MD, for example. They have many different formulas, and I'll list some of my favorites down below in the description box. UV Clear, UV Daily, UV Elements, UV Sheer, they're all good ones depending on your skin type. Something that also has some skincare benefits, it's going to wear well under makeup. It's just going to make wearing sunscreen an enjoyable part of your skincare routine, and it's worth the investment, especially for your face. As you're getting into the habit, I think it's especially important, because if it's just an uncomfortable formula, you're probably not going to want to wear it. So maybe you already wear sunscreen. One thing is making sure you're wearing enough to get the SPF listed. Say that average is 1/4 of a teaspoon or 1/3 of a teaspoon for your face only. There are technically ways to measure your face and get your exact amount needed, but also there is the 2-finger rule. The 2 finger lengths should equal that of about 1/4 of a teaspoon. So remember your eyes and your eyebrows. The skin around your eyes is more thin and delicate. One thing about putting sunscreen around your eyes, it can help to use a mineral sunscreen around your eyes, because chemical sunscreens, especially ones made in the US, can be irritating to the eyes and make your eyes burn if you're sensitive. There are hybrid sunscreens like Dermatology Tinted Moisturizer, which are both chemical and mineral, and for me, they don't burn around my eyes. But an all-mineral sunscreen should not burn or irritate your eyes at all. You can mix it up and use a chemical sunscreen on your face and then just an all-mineral around your eyes. Chemical sunscreens can have lighter formulas that are nice for all skin tones, while a lot of mineral sunscreens that are not tinted can leave that white cast. I've had skin cancer right here in my eyebrow and right here at the edge of my eyebrow. So Remembering those areas that are sometimes forgotten is important. I did a short video about sunscreen that I have on here and on Instagram, and people have asked me specifically about this It's CC cream and why I say it's not enough to be your sunscreen. It is technically a mineral sunscreen. However, used as a foundation, this only takes about 1 pump to cover your whole face. So that is simply not enough to get that SPF 50. I saw Get Ready With Me with Tamara's Timeless Beauty, and she did a cool layering technique where she blended the right amount of this in with her sunscreen, and in that case, it does work as a sunscreen. And layering is also a good idea just to be sure you've gotten every surface of your face, neck, ears, back of the neck, etc. You do want to wait 10 or 15 minutes if you can before applying your makeup, just to give sunscreen a chance to really set and form a film, basically. Some people worry they're not going to get enough vitamin D if they wear sunscreen, but it is more rare for someone to have enough sunscreen on at all time to completely block all the UVB rays. People are deficient in vitamin D for a lot of different reasons, depending on your age, where you live, the weather. So supplementing vitamin D and eating greens, making sure your gut and liver are healthy to even absorb vitamin D can be important for you too. There have been some studies where they've tested vitamin D levels in 2 groups of people, one using sunscreen and one with a placebo, and at the end of the study, their vitamin D levels were the same. People tend to disagree on some of this, and there's all kinds of information out there, but from any case, from what I've read, it doesn't take a long time out in the midday sun to get your body producing vitamin D, 10 to 30 minutes a few times a week. So since some UVB does get through the sunscreen, maybe you can safely get short bursts of sun while wearing sunscreen and still get some healthy vitamin D. So here are some of the top sunscreens that I wear right now. This is Color Science Unforgettable Face Shield. It's SPF 50. It's a mineral sunscreen. It has kind of a peachy tone. They make 3 shades. One's a bronze, a glow, and then this is the original. It kind of color corrects my skin. I really, really like that about it. Then for a hybrid sunscreen, I really like the Dermatology Tinted Moisturizer. This is a dupe really for the Elta MD UV Clear Tinted. This will work on a variety of skin tones. It's very light. It just sinks right into the skin. Then we have Elta MD UV Sheer, which this is a newer sunscreen of them, SPF 50. This is a hybrid also, blend of mineral and chemical. This is untinted and it's water resistant, and it really does just sink into the skin and not leave a cast. This would be really nice for men as well, even used all over their scalp, things like that. It has a really nice look and disappears into the skin. This Neutrogena Invisible Daily Face Serum is SPF 60. This is a chemical sunscreen, and looks like this. It doesn't really have any tint or anything, and it just soaks into the skin. It can be more irritating for the eyes. This has that kind of traditional sunscreen scent, but you know, you could wear this and then wear a mineral sunscreen around your eyes. I really like this Kinship mineral sunscreen. This is very moisturizing. It has just the slightest tint, so it's barely there. And if you have drier skin, you would probably really like this, and it just disappears into the skin. Very nice. For my body, I like the Neutrogena sprays. I think they're really good and fast and easy to use. Having a good vitamin C serum in your morning routine is also going to further help against damage from the sun. But you do need the sunscreen to make sure that the vitamin C is not just basically broken down by the sun. You're never too old to start wearing sunscreen. You can improve your skin at any point in life. I hope you enjoyed this video or found it helpful. Give it a like, drop a comment down below, subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye!